Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gayle, and today we're going to be doing a morning yoga flow. So after we slept all night, we haven't been moving that much, and it's nice to just slowly bring the body into some nice gentle movements, maybe with a little cardio, a little bit of twist, a little bit of really moving the spine in all different directions. So let's get started by closing your eyes, tuning into your breath, feeling the rise of your chest on the inhale and the relaxing of your whole body on the exhale. Bring your shoulders directly over your hips. So you want to feel a balance point so it doesn't feel like you're hanging forward or leaning back. And you can always sit up on a blanket if your hamstrings are tight and your hips are tight and you're kind of being slouching back. And then lift your head up so that it feels like your head is an extension of your spine. It's not leaning forward at all. And start to let your mind quiet and becoming super aware of all these different sensations in your body. And open your eyes. Inhale, reach your arms up. Cinch your waist in. Press down through your sit bones. Lift up through your fingertips, and your gaze can be up or forward or eyes closed. As you exhale, release the arms down. Good. Inhale, stretch up. Reach up through the fingertips. And exhale, release. One more time. This time we're going to add a twist. So inhale, stretch up. Keep that length that you've created. And as you exhale, twist to your right. Bring your hands down gently and making all the twists come from the inside. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale. The other side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, twist. One more. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, twist. And come onto your hands and knees in tabletop position. And we're going to warm up the wrists a little bit. So turn your wrists toward your knees. Turn your fingers toward your knees and start to rock forward and back. And if you can't, twist your fingers all the way. You'll see this in most of my videos. Bring your hands close together and rock from side to side. So either way is fine. I feel like you can get a little more stretch this way with the fingers facing back. And then you can lean back, let the heels of your hands come up and get some stretch into your fingertips. Good. Come back to neutral. Flip your hands so the whole top of your hand is on the floor. Fingers spread nice and wide. Hands hip the shoulder distance apart, and begin to rock forward and back. So again, if you can't do this, you can make fists, bring the back of your hands to the floor, and bend and straighten elbows. Trying to keep from the wrist down on the floor. So either way, and this should become a regular practice with you. It's really important to keep the wrists and the hands healthy. Then come back into your tabletop position and a little bit of shoulder flossing. So arms stay straight, body moves closer to the floor and further away. And we'll add some cat-cows. So starting at the tailbone, start to arch your low back, and then keep moving that arch coming forward right into the back of the shoulders so you feel the shoulders engaged. And then as you exhale, round your spine, pulling your belly in, letting your neck relax. So inhale, start with the tailbone. Reach forward, exhale, tailbone leads, head is the last to follow. And see if you can create a wave-like action in your spine. Paying particular attention to cow pose when we arch the back, trying to get into the upper back. And going slowly enough that you're not just skipping over places. And stretch back to your child's pose. Inhale, round up. Come past your wrists and exhale, stretch it back. Inhale, round up. So this should feel like an organic type of feeling. And you're getting more and more in touch with the spine and the feeling of all vertebrae being separate from each other, but also connected. So tuck your toes and this time press all the way up and back into down dog. Look at your feet, and you don't want to see your heels, so you might have to bring your heels out a little bit. And bend the knees and press the heels back. So I have a video on Love Your Down Dog. You can check it out if you're feeling too much weight in your hand or any pressure in your wrist. So try and really grip with your hands. And then we'll do that same kind of wave-like action. So inhale, round forward plank. And exhale, bend your knees, ripple back, down dog. So important to get the spine loosened up. I'm feeling really good. And then come forward to plank and hold your plank here. So squeeze your legs in towards each other. Send your heart forward, chest forward. Grip with your hands and stretch out through your heels. So you want to create like a buoyant feeling in your plank. And if you stretch your heart forward a little bit more, you can get a little bit of roundness out of your back. And lift your left leg up, inner thigh reaching toward the sky. And lower down. Reach the right leg up. So you're not turning out with the hip. The hip is staying parallel. Exhale, lower down. Bend your knees. Just back to your down dog. Look forward to your hands. Lift your belly up towards your ribs. Bend your knees. And either hop or step forward to your hands. Inhale, lift up halfway. And you can have your hands on your thighs or on the floor if you want a nice long spine. Exhale, bow over the legs. Press into your feet. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And we'll do a basic sun salutation. Great way to start the day. Inhale, reach up. Get tall, so feet press down, fingertips reach up, waist stitches in, just like when we were seated. And exhale, bow. Hinge at your hips, bow. Inhale, lift up. And lengthen through your spine. Exhale, bow. Bend your left knee and open up and twist to the right. Exhale, lay your right hand down, bend your right knee, open up and twist to the left. Lower both hands down, plant your hands, step back to plank. And then you can bring your knees to the floor, or you can keep your knees lifted, but keep the back nice and full, keep the belly lifted. So to lower through chaturanga, you come forward, bend the elbows, keeping them close by your side. And lower your hips, point your toes, arch your spine forward. Cobra pose, tuck your toes, and stretch back, downward facing dog. So do a little core work here. Inhale, reach your right leg up. Stretch along through your foot so you get weight off your hands. And then exhale, hug your knee into your chest. Keep your knee high, your foot high, and tap your arm as high as you can. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, hug it in. Round the spine, come forward. Keep that knee high. That's really working the core. Inhale, stretch it back. So we're going to step forward into our lunge. So reach back with your leg from up on your tippy toes with that left foot. Keep your knee high into your chest and step your foot forward. Bring your hands on either side of your front foot. Bend your knee right over your ankle. Press into your front foot and reach out through your back heel as you inhale, rise up. Crescent lunge. And the little pulses, bend the back knee, lower down. Do this a little bit. Lift up. And back and forth. Keeping the belly active, keeping the chest open. And lower your hands to the floor, sit back, down dog. Do the same thing on the left side. Inhale, reach the left leg up. Exhale, hug your knee in, tap your arm as high as you can. Inhale, stretch it back. Exhale, hug it in. Really squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. The higher up you keep it, the stronger your core will be. And last time, we're going to step forward into our lunge. So if you lift up onto your fingertips, it gives you a little more height. So you can step your foot forward. Before you just pop up, take a moment to set your foundation. So lift and spread the toes of your left foot and lower them down. Bring your knee right above your ankle and activate this back leg. Lift your belly away from the floor. Inhale, rise up. and gentle pulses. And keep your shoulders over your hips. Lower down slowly and with control. And lower your hands to the floor and step back, downward facing dog. You can pedal one foot at a time. And come all the way forward again to plank. Lower your knees to the floor. Walk your knees back onto your bellies. And we'll do gentle quad stretch. So reach back for your right foot. Pull your heel in towards your hip. Gentle press and release. And switch sides. So we're just kind of warming up the quads. Not spending a lot of time here. So we're going to do another quad stretch. So from here, press back into your down dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it all the way forward for your lunge. This time lower the back knee down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Reach back. Take your right hand, reach back for your left foot. Cup your foot in your hand. You could even make a C shape with your fingers and cup right at the base of your toes. And start to lean back a little bit, pushing the back of the left shoulder forward, letting the right shoulder go back. Press your foot into your hand, even like flex your toes into your hand. Cinch up your belly, open your heart toward the sky. Maybe bring your heel a little bit closer to that hip. There's 3 little pulses here. And then switch back. Now you can either go back to down dog and step your left leg forward, or you can jump switch. So to jump switch, you lift the back knee up and you get a little bounce in your legs. And I think you want hips to go up. So the hips go up, that gives you space to switch legs in the air. So bend your knees, pop up and switch. And lower your back knee down. We'll do the same quad stretch on the right thigh. So bend the right knee, reach back with your left hand for your right foot. Again, you can cup, make a little C cup with your fingers. Flex your toes back into your hand. Okay, lift your heart up. You don't want to let this bottom shoulder roll forward. You want to keep it back. And then just gentle press and release. Opening up those quads. And release. And step back, downward facing dog. Notice if everything feels a little more open. It sure does for me. I love this. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, step it all the way forward. Then you can use blocks under your hands or fingertips on the floor and start to stretch back, bending the back knees, pulling your right hip back, but try not to press out through the back of your right knee. So keep a little soft bend and then come forward and back. So when you're forward, the right knee is bent, the left leg is straight. When you're back, the right leg is straight, the left knee is bent. And again, a little jump switch, or switch however you want. Same thing here. Bend the back knee, just gently back and forth. Getting into those hamstrings. Good, then let's jump switch again. So the right leg is forward. Now you may want to walk your back foot in, or you may want to keep it where it is. What we're going to do is we're going to pivot both feet to the right. Lean into your left hand and lower your left hip to the ground. So with this foot up higher, it's more of a stretch here. You can always walk your foot back if that feels better to you. Flex the bottom foot. Press the outside edge of the foot into the floor. And then inhale, lift up. Notice my ankle is off the floor. And exhale, lower. I'm reaching towards that foot. Letting the ribs sink down a little bit. And inhale, lifting up through the left side. And one more time. Inhale, lift back up. And then I'm going to pivot. Switch sides. And do the same thing to the left side. So lean into your right hand, pivot both feet to the left. Take your right hip down, reach your left arm towards your foot. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower. Keep that right shoulder moving back. Inhale, lift up. So really pressing into the outside edge of my right foot. And then pivot back around all the way into a wide-legged forward fold. So it's important to keep the bottom outside edges of your feet pressing to the floor so you see a little arch on the inner thigh. Bend your elbows, let your head dangle. Keep a soft bend in your knee and a lift of the belly. You can just kind of sway your hips from side to side. And then bend your left knee, keep the right leg straight, and just go back and forth, glide back and forth between the two sides, feeling a nice stretch on your inner thighs. Come back to neutral, pivot, and your legs step back, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look forward to your hands, and hop or step forward. Then we're going to come into a squat. So for most people, it's easier to widen the feet, turn the toes out, come into your squat. You can always sit on a block or roll up your mat underneath your heels, but squatting is something that's important to practice and to do more often. We need to be getting up and down and getting close to the earth and standing up, not just always sitting in chairs and cars and never getting down, like down towards the earth, down into the dirt. And it's actually really healthy. So you can bring your hands together. You can push your knees wide with your elbows, lift up through your heart. And keep those inner arches lifted, don't let everything collapse in. Then lower your hips to the floor. Bring the soles of your feet together for Baddha Konasana. You can hold your toes, you can hold your ankles. And first think of sitting up really straight and kind of reaching your hips through your legs. You can flutter your legs a little bit, just kind of gentle. And then this may be the place where you stay. You should feel a nice stretch on the inner thighs. If you want to work on folding forward, start to move from your hips. So not from like the head, the forehead to the floor. Think of like lengthening and projecting your lower body forward so the upper body is moving forward also. Not just keeping the lower body back and kind of rounding forward, but stretching forward. And that will increase the stretch in your inner thighs. It doesn't matter how far forward you go, it's really about listening to your body and honoring and respecting those edges that you may find. So you can see I'm kind of going to my edge and then backing out a little bit. So farther isn't always better and longer isn't always better. It's really, we want to combine and balance moveness with stillness. In any pose, whether we're being more still, we want to feel the subtle movements. And when we're being more active and moving, we want to feel like the steadiness and the stillness within the movement. Bringing your knees back up. And we're going to come onto our backs. And try to keep this practice a little bit shorter. I can make a longer video later if you would like. Hug your knees into your chest. Open your arms out to the side. And then very gently and slowly twist, bringing your knees over to the right. Turn your head to the left. Close your eyes. Let your shoulders relax, let your upper back relax, and all these little places that we don't think about when we're busy throughout our day. Just see if you can let every cell in your body let go and release and relax into this twist. You can always support your legs with a blanket or a block underneath or between your knees. You definitely want to be able to relax here. So it's okay to wiggle the shoulders a little bit. Feel the breath moving and stretching your skin and fascia. And inhale, bring your legs back up. And exhale, twist over to the left. Turn your head to the right. Close your eyes. Sink in. Feel the darkness. Feel the inner space. Feel that sense it's okay to let go. It's okay not to work hard all the time. Inhale your knees back up to center. Give yourself a little hug. Maybe you can even hold your feet and wrap up into a tight little ball. Or not. And stretch your legs out, stretch your arms out for Savasana. And you can lift the shoulders to create more space. You can lift the hips and stretch your tailbone towards your heels. Again, to kind of flatten the back a little bit more. You don't want to be arching your ribs up. So think of drawing your ribs in, just like we did when we were seated and standing. So the ribs are not like open and lifting, but they're able to relax back. Focus on the breath. Big, deep breath in through your nose. And if you want, you can exhale through your mouth, making a sound. You can do as many of those as you want. And let your body become more and more relaxed. So if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Leave me a comment. Like the video. Let me know any future videos you would like to see. And I'd like to get to know each of you through leaving comments and having a feeling of community where we can interact with each other. I'm going to do some challenges in the future, multi-day challenges, so we can connect a little bit more. But for right now, like I said, just try and keep in touch. You can check out my website, GayleJann.com, and have a beautiful day.